channel. Today I'm going to share with you all how I cleanse my scalp. I do go to a professional for my natural hair. I'm not natural, but for my real hair I do go to get it treated, relaxed, styled sometimes by a professional. However, when I am home, I try to do it every few months, honestly. And it's a home remedy for just, like I said, a scalp cleanse. I used to have really bad dandruff. Like, I can wash my hair one day and 5 minutes later I have a head full of dandruff. But since I learned this method, I have not had that experience, and I promise you it is life-changing. So I'm going to share with you all what I do to cleanse my scalp, and hopefully it works for you. So if you're having this problem, you suffer from dry scalp, dandruff, or you just want to give a cleanse to your scalp, or I would say for free, but if you don't have some of these products, you would have to buy them, but little to nothing, and I promise you it works wonders. So you will have to do it at least 3 times. It's not going to work with just one try. You would have to do it at least 3 times before you would notice a difference, and I would recommend you do it every 2 weeks, every other week, for 3 sessions, if that makes sense. And you'll notice the results. So whether you see a professional or not, this is something that you can do at home by yourself and still get awesome results. So if you need this, please stay tuned and I'll walk you through the steps. So I begin by parting my hair into 4 equal sections. The parts don't have to be straight, and they don't necessarily have to be even parts, but as long as you can split it into 4 or maybe even 6, depending on the thickness of your hair, so that it's easier when you go to separate the hair to apply the mixture. Important that you use a wide tooth comb such as the one that I'm using, because you don't want to pull your hair out. Like, there may be little kinks or tangles. This is not the time to be using a small tooth comb. Please try and use a wide tooth comb. When you're creating the mixture, you want to make sure it is equal parts. So I didn't use a measuring tool or anything. I kind of just eyeballed it, but I used the same amount of water as I did the vinegar. Make sure your vinegar has with the mother. It's not going to be effective if yours does not contain this. It has to include the mother. Again, this is me just eyeballing it, so I knew how much water I put, so I tried to put the same, if not a little less, of the vinegar because it's so strong. It's okay if you have a little bit more water than vinegar. Gloves are important, so make sure you have gloves because this vinegar stinks. Like, it really stinks, so I would recommend using gloves. I'm beginning in the front because it only makes sense, and I'm parting towards my face on the bottom half and just spraying and rubbing. You spray and then you want to use a little friction and rub it into your scalp. The reason I'm parting towards my face, towards the bottom, is because the liquid does run and you don't want this to get into your eyes because, again, it will burn. So the closer I get to being above my eye, I change the direction of my parting. You'll see that in a moment, but you have to be very careful not to get this in your eyes. If you're clumsy, I would recommend wearing goggles or something because it's no fun if it leaks into your eye. So here I am changing the direction of my parting. So it was horizontal, so now I'm intersecting those parts, still spraying and rubbing. That's the only process you need to get through this entire method. work my way to the front and still being very careful to catch any of those drips. Again, you don't want to be too heavy-handed and oversaturate because it's liquid and it will run. So once you finish a section, you want to comb through it just to make sure you kind of evenly disperse it. And then you want to go ahead to your next section. I did complete the other sections off camera, and I returned back once I got back to the front because it's hard for me to show you guys the back. So I did the same thing in all the 3 previous sections, and this is my last section that I'm doing in the front. It's nothing really that I'm doing differently. So here I am spraying it across my edges, but I tilt my head back to prevent the flow from coming forward, obviously. So it goes backwards, and I just kind of massage it into my hairline on my edges, because again, that is still a part of your scalp. We still have to treat that part too, ladies. And then I'm taking the wide tooth comb and kind of massaging each section just to make sure that I'm putting a little extra friction against my scalp so that it can do its magic. So once all of the liquid has been applied, you want to comb through your hair just to make sure that you've covered everything. If you find any dry areas, you can go ahead and reapply some more liquid, but just comb to spread that liquid. So what I'm doing right now is just massaging the vinegar and water mixture that we have sprayed onto our scalp, and that's basically just to get it in your scalp. So you can apply more as needed because you should still have some of the solution left. I don't apply it to my ends because that's not the part of the hair that I'm treating. So I would focus just on my scalp. If you feel that there's some areas that you missed, don't be afraid to go back in and add some more on there. But please be very, very careful, because the more you saturate your hair, the liquid will run, and if it gets into your eyes, that vinegar is going to burn you. So please be careful when applying it. And what I would do, depending on how wet my hair is, once I apply the solution to it, I would either cover it in with one of these to contain it from dripping, and I would sit with it for 20 minutes on my scalp, and then I would proceed to wash my hair normally. Wash, shampoo, condition, whatever is in your routine. But yeah, so that's really all that you would need. And again, do this 3 times every other week. Well, 1 time every other week for 3 trials. And comment in the comment section if you've seen results. I promise you guys, the first time I did this, I saw results. The second time it was better. The third time it was like I didn't feel the need to do it again. Like, I probably had to do it like a year later, and it wasn't even half as bad as my dandruff used to be prior to me doing it. Like, if anything, I might get like, just normal flakes here or there, dry scalp, but it has not been anything like what it used to be. This is the only thing that's worked for me. I've tried all types of medicated shampoos, and just no, nothing works, but this did. So again, let it sit for 20 minutes and then continue your normal wash routine. I hope this helps someone, because it for sure helped me, and I consider myself to have a very severe case of dandruff. So if it works, again, comment in the comment section down below if it worked for you, and if it didn't work for you but you have another technique that you'd like to offer, please go ahead and feel free to share. Again, thank you for watching my video. As always, see you next time. Bye bye.